Happy New Year again. I'm back. It's GC3 and I'm back in the place to be. I have a very special episode, which is number 15. I have two of probably some of the top prospects out in California joining me on the show out of Folsom High School. I have Ella and Kamryn. Good evening, ladies. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. Yeah.
I'm so glad and so stoked that you guys are able to join us here today. I mean, I know it just trying to get coaches and my players to be on the show is like it's hard, and I'm like, let's try to record on like a Sunday or a Saturday, but I know you guys are super busy, especially that second half of the season. I mean, talking about that, so how is your season going so far?
It's going super good. I think we've had lots of like hard competition and kind of been able to see like where we stand with all the teams in like the country. So it's been super cool.
Yeah, I think it's also been just a really good experience, like with us being able to go out to TOC for the second year and like get a higher level of like competition. I think it really sets us up like for high expectations for the season.
Yeah, and you guys played like in the top bracket for both because I did see you guys compete. I was there for a day and a half at Nike TOC, and then I was able to get out there to San Francisco. Well, I call it San Francisco, but the Bay Area, NorCal, for the West Coast Jamboree. So so what do you look? After having that really tough rotation of the schedule, before the ending of the year, what do you look forward to the most in this second half of the season coming up?
I think like league is a time where we're really going to be able to like figure out all the little details. But I think the most exciting part of our season will be playoffs, sections, and then state and see how far we can go.
Yeah, what Ella said for sure, like being able to like dominate in league and just figure out like all the little minor tweaks we need to make before we go to sections. And then just like, I think we have a really good shot of getting past first round of state this year. As you know, we haven't, but like we'll do a lot better this year. So we're really excited because we have a really talented team.
No, you guys are technically, you're one of my favorite 1-2 punches, 1-2 punch, Ella being that jab and Kamryn being that haymaker, and then, Ella coming back with the counter, the cross. So it's you two are definitely super exciting to watch play. And so tell me about like playoffs because Arizona, I mean, we're not like California. Like California is like technically three states in one, divided in like three or four sections, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
your sections is like all of the north and then eventually getting into state.
Yeah. So I think it'll be our section's pretty big. But then after that, depending on how we do in sections, will determine if we go to the open division or division one.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's super tough. I know because I played out in Hawaii. Hawaii, it's tough because you play everybody till you're blue in the face. So it's we try to our kids and like even when I was in school, we try to travel as much as we can just to get that better competition. Because again, you two hit the nail on the head. Like TOC was real tough. West Coast Jamboree, you guys were in the top division, and it was just definitely it was a lot of fun to see all those teams compete, especially from around the country. Because I know a lot of the teams that you've played in those two events, you don't normally see them during the regular season, right?
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So the next part was college recruitment. So both of you are signed, sealed, delivered, committed. Ella's going to Idaho to be a Vandal, and Kamryn is staying close to home to be a Golden Bear at Cal. So, do you guys want to kind of, describe the process on what made you kind of pick, those schools over the other schools recruiting you?
Yeah, I think for me, coaching and like the staff is really important, as well as kind of like I want to be able to have fun, but also have a close relationship. So Idaho kind of did that for me. It's a small town, very focused on college sports, new facilities and everything, and I just love the coaching staff. And they really wanted me, and I could tell that like I was a high priority for them, and so I think that's why I decided to go there.
Awesome. And what you, Cam?
For me, I've always looked at like the competition level of like seeing like what conference they're in. And so like I knew going into this like they were Pac-12 and then they went to ACC, and it's always just like perks for me whenever the coaching staff likes you. And then it was also another perk that it was really close to home. So like the coaching staff all really likes me. I really love them. And so it was just really convenient for me that it was close to home. And now that we're a part of ACC, I know we're going to be traveling a lot more, of course. But like still like whenever I come home, I'll be able to like I'm right there and like only like an hour and a half away from home. So that was really convenient for me.
No, that's understandable. And again, I really thank you for sharing that part of your journey because I have a lot of, parents and student athletes who are, younger than you two, kind of, that watch in and who are wanting to know, like, how does this process work and what to expect because it's a lot to process in. I mean, Ella, you're going pretty kind of far away, and I think it's really cold up there, but
I know. I think
that's quite a change.
yeah, there's like definitely a lot to put into your decision. Like there's so many aspects aside from basketball, but I think it's really like what you're willing to give, I guess, right? Because it's hard to find something where it checks every single box. So
Yeah. It's also really important to know like to be like with the right program and like know the people around you, because like if you don't know like the people around you and they're not like fully understanding like the process of it, it's really like who you're surrounding yourself with, like because we both played for Jason Kidd Select, and like it was just an awesome experience to have people that were like that really know what they're doing and help you out through like all the way through your process.
No, that's just great advice. Again, thank you too for sharing that. I really appreciate it. So the last question I'm going to ask you is a little bit fun, and you guys can. I know you know each other playing club ball in high school together, and so what is your pregame ritual?
I think for me, like I'm always eating a sandwich, turkey sandwich before any game. And then I feel like I always have a strawberry say refresher. Getting into league, like where it's
Okay.
more like I know like what I'm gonna do, like what time the game's at, like on specific weeks. It'll be like come home from school. I always take a 15-minute nap, and then I go to the game.
That's real. I don't really have like a set ritual, but like I can eat a lot of food before a game and be just fine. Ella knows that.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Oh,
it
wow.
depends. And also I just like listen to music because that really helps me like get in the right mindset. But that's mostly like all I do before games is like listen to music, and then just helps me.
Well, and that's again, that's valuable advice. I mean, and I shared with you before I started the recording. I needed my pregame shower. I needed clean socks. The music. That's another thing. Kind of getting in that concentrated mindset. I mean, it. I remember like younger cousins would be coming to watch my games, and like they try to like, hey, what's up before the game, and I'm kind of like just
Locked in.
I'm like,
Yeah.
locked in and like I like, hey, give him a hug, but like I kind of, just not really approachable. But of course, after the game, it's always the best. It's all love. But no, that's all real critical. And again, thank both of you for sharing. And again, thank you for being on the show. I mean, this is like I
Of
said,
course.
I don't like to keep my players and viewers, too long, short and sweet to the point. So, again, thank you, ladies, for joining us here on the show, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll be watching from afar and following your season.
You
Thank you
too.
so
Thank
much.
you. Yes, thank you.
Yes.
No, thank you again. And I'm going to say bye to you guys and say bye to all my followers. So, again, thank you, Ellen. Thank you, Cam. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
All right, guys. So that wraps up episode 15. One of my favorite tandems in the country, and they're out of Folsom High School, about to have a really huge second half of the season. So make sure if you guys are out there in the NorCal area, go out there and show these ladies and their team some love because they definitely deserve it. Very talented. But you guys all have a great, blessed night, and I'll see you back soon.